Hello guys, welcome back. In this video I'm going to talk about the latest My Hero Academia's episode. This is the first time I'm doing something like this. Please comment if I can change something to improve this kind of videos. Now let's talk about the episode. We know that after last week's episode, where All For One gets destroyed by All Might even after using his masturbating arm, being truly awesome, the following episode is going to be a bit boring. This episode opens in the police department where all the officials discuss the aftermath of the battle between All Might and All For One. One of the officers says that even after everything happened, the battle was barely a draw, to which another officer, who appears to be more important, says that the law is the symbol of peace and the enemy is gaining a lot of confidence and strength with each loss. In the next scene, we see All Might, Gran Torino and Officer Tsukauchi discussing about Tomura Shigaraki. We discover that Nana Shimura, who was the previous owner of One For All, placed his child in foster care after her husband got killed. This really tells us why All Might didn't know that Tomura Shigaraki was her master's grandson, or the fact that she had any children. All Might and Gran Torino gave their word to Nana Shimura that they won't contact her child no matter what. This is why they had no idea about her son's death and that they had a child. All Might then wants to confront him, but Gran Torino stops him. As All Might now knows that Tomura is his master's grandson, he will not be able to put an end to him if necessary due to All Might being all sensitive about her master. In the next scene, we see Shoto Todoroki going to his home where his sister greets him. We see that Endeavor is quite pissed about the fact that he is now the #1 hero. We know this was going to happen as Endeavor was shown to be quite prideful from the beginning. He tried to be #1 by beating All Might, but the fact that All Might can no longer be a hero and got #1 spot just for being second in the line pisses him off. Then we have a very emotional moment between Midoriya and All Might. Midoriya faces the harsh reality that he has to succeed the #1 hero, but All Might tells him that he will be there all along the way. This shows us that All Might cares deeply for Midoriya. This scene is a very touching moment in the episode. After this, we see All Might, Black King and Eraserhead in the principal's office where they discuss people's opinion that All Might should not teach at the UA anymore. This is obvious because after all that happened, everything happened because All Might was at the UA. All the villains, they tried to kill All Might, hence the attack happened at the UA. Principal Nezu then introduces a new plan that he wants to implement in UA, an all-dorm school system. Now the reason behind this might not only be to ensure the safety of the student, but also sniff out the traitor who is leaking information to the leak of the villains. All Might and Eraserhead visit each student's house to inform their parents about the new plan. We get to see Kyoka, Jiro and Bakugo's parents. Their parents individually. We clearly get to see that Bakugo takes after his mother a lot. After confirming that Bakugo's parents are okay with this decision, they head out where Bakugo follows them and confronts All Might. He asks All Might what Midoriya is to him. Now in the previous episode where All Might points to the camera and tells that you are the next, everyone is cheerful but Midoriya is different. We see that Bakugo observes this. It is only natural that Bakugo doubts that there is some relation between All Might and Midoriya, but All Might answers that he is just a student like any other student. Bakugo was not content with the answer. In the next scene, All Might visits Midoriya's house where we see Deku and his mother's excitement after seeing All Might in their house. This surely throws the fanboyism towards All Might. We see that Midoriya's mother declines to allow Midoriya to go to the UA anymore. What mother will be after seeing her son getting seriously injured time after time? She tells All Might that Midoriya can go to a different hero school, anything except UA. Deku gets disappointed but agrees to go to a different school after reading a letter from the boy he saves in the training camp. All Might is impressed by Midoriya and gets on his knees and asks Midoriya's mother to trust him. This scene was very emotional too. After the credits, we see All For One being taken to his cell all tied up and everything, and he's talking about Shigaraki. To me, this episode was not so boring. It showed a lot of emotion and everybody stayed after the battle between All Might and All For One. This is a pivotal point in everybody's life as there is no longer the symbol of peace in the society, and everybody has to cope up with that. We get to see all the preparations being made by UA to ensure the safety of citizens and the role All Might is going to play in Midoriya's life. That's it to this video. Please comment if I should change anything to improve. Thank you and see you in the next one.